Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis. It's New Comic Book Day, or at least New Comic Book Day for me. A little bit like the fugue. I was gonna do a uncover the covers video. Some of you who've watched my channel for quite a while remember I used to do when solicitations came out. I would look at the covers, just kind of give my opinion on what I thought of the cover. You know, good cover, not cover, whatever. And normally I don't look at the covers at all. I just jump into them and give whatever my opinion is. I was kind of feeling like maybe that might be fun again. It gets tiring after a while to do them and whatnot, because sometimes it gets hard to have something different to say about the same covers over and over again. So I just kind of briefly looked at some of the covers and decided I didn't want to do an uncover the cover video because most of it would be pretty negative. A lot of not really good covers, really. I mean, the grand scheme of things. So, not doing that. I did get my other 5 drawer comic boxes. I haven't put them together yet, so hopefully I'll have my things sorted out. And come September, I should have a little bit different content. I hope. We'll see how that all plays out. I don't know if there's a comic book roundtable this weekend. I'm not sure who's available to talk comics and whatnot. If there isn't anybody, it's just me. I may poke my head on for a little bit to talk some comics. We'll see how that all plays out. I'm just not 100% sure exactly what I got going on there, like I said. But we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. Yeah. So let's look at some comics, right? Let's look at my new comics. So I got 15 comics. My thing says 15. It's almost like not getting any, right? So, well, first off, one of the things I got, which I didn't read the fine print, I got this. This is Mike Mignola's Hellboy. This is short stories and from some of today's top names in fantasy, horror, and mystery, an assortment of horrors. Well, when I ordered it, I really thought that I was getting a bunch of short stories, as in little short, comics. It's prose. It's prose. You know, with different chapters. Each story has a Mignola painting at the beginning of it, which is cool. The fact that it's prose is cool too, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about reading. Ooh, if it doesn't have pictures, I don't know. No, I'm actually pretty excited about it. But I didn't realize. Like I said, I didn't read the fine print. I just went, oh, this is a new thing I haven't, a new Hellboy thing I haven't read. So clearly I was going to pick it up thinking it was that, but nope, it's prose. And the book stinks. It smells like chemicals, which is really weird. It doesn't have a normal book smell. Anyway, that'll be fun. It'll be fun to read that. Give me something else to read on my breaks at work and whatnot, if nothing else. So let's get into the comics, because that's why we're here, right? Comics. So, Batman the Shadow, issue number 5 of 6. I'm assuming this is the one that's going to have a big old fight in it. Really digging the Rosmo art, as usual. It's been kind of a fun story. Nothing super exciting, but still enjoyable. I don't think I'm going to get the next one, though. They're putting out another one that is, I believe it's the Shadow and the Batman, instead of being Batman the Shadow. So it's more Shadow focused as opposed to this one is more Batman focused. But I may get it because the two stand on their own supposedly, but they also kind of tell other parts of, you could consider them all one story is my understanding of how that is going to work. So I haven't completely decided yet on that. Batgirl, issue number 14, Summer of Lies, part 1. Really looking forward to reading this. I have been super enjoying Batgirl, and I think it just keeps getting better and better. The current team on the book, Wild Goose on pencils and whatnot, have just been really, really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. What's next? What's the new story with Nightwing in there and it being called Summer of Lies? It could get dicey, right? So that'll be interesting. Yes. Black Hammer, issue number 12. This is a Dave Rubin drawn edition of it. We're going to get the backstory of the Black Hammer's daughter and kind of who she is and how she got where to where she's at now, where the rest of the Black Hammer crew are stuck on the farm. So looking forward to checking that out. Black Hammer's been excellent. Detective Comics, issue 963. Anarchy reigns in Gotham. So, Spoiler and Anarchy are hanging out, it looks like, from the cover anyway. Should be some new-ish story here with this Utopia story. Because the last stuff was finishing up the stuff with Azrael. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what is next on the book. Not sure what all is going to be next. Looking forward to see what that is. I know that it's not going to be, I think after this arc, we start venturing into the Tim Drake stuff, which I'm not excited about. So, whatever. So here we are. This is issue 13 of Hellblazer, the Inspiration Game Part 1. New creators on the book, Seeley and Marino. We'll see. Haven't read any reviews about it, but I've kind of seen mixed things on the internet about this. We're kind of hoping that Tim Seeley would inject something new into the book and breathe some more life in it. The last 12 issues seem to take a really long time for that 12 issues to go by and to tell that story. But I understand is that Tim Seeley is only on the book for one arc, and then he's not on the book anymore. So I don't know what goes on with Hellblazer long term and how I'm feeling about it. Generation Gone. Issue number 2. Really excited to see where this goes. Holy bleeping bleep. Because she's flying. Last issue ended with some crazy stuff going on in it. These 3 young adults who were hacking into a place to get themselves enough money to basically live their lives. And they become secret test subjects for a government agency with a scientist who kind of goes rogue and launches his experiment without approval. And we're going to see what the effects of that are and whatever else comes along. Very much looking forward to reading it. Issue number 2. What do we got here? Community Challenge number 8. Giffen and Rude. This is Jim Lee cover. Hopefully it'll be fun to see some Rude art in there. Beyond that, I just do not really care at this point about the Community Challenge. I just want it to be over with. I'm going to knuckle down and buy the rest of them, but I just, whatever. Haven't been enjoying it. Too much story is thrown away in the process of the whole challenge part of it. How can I get out of the mess the last creators put me in and screw the next creators that are coming up, seemingly. So, issue number 2 of Sisters of Sorrow. I dropped this book after reading the first issue. I didn't enjoy it so much. There was no, sister part. Curious to see how this, how it works for this. I get the first 3 issues of it, I believe, but I'm not going to finish up getting it. I just didn't care for that first issue enough to maybe want to hang on to the rest of the miniseries. So, got to save some money somewhere and not fill my boxes up with quite as much junk as what I normally buy. So, next issue of Saucer State, issue number 3. I believe, so this would be issue 3 of 6 or 8, I want to say. I'm just looking forward to seeing where this goes. What's next? How the presidency is going to work. If known aliens out there, they're going to be coming within a year, and all of the stuff she's going. The president's collected her inner circle of people. See how that all works, how that all plans out. I'm really curious about that. Top book to read this week: Letter 44, issue number 35. Totally white cover. This is the last issue. The series ends here. In our last issue, the world was seemingly coming to an end. It was busting up. It was a really interesting written version of the book because it was all told from the writer's perspective. There was a character in it that was Charles Soule. I mean, he even has a Daredevil mug, and there's other stuff around. There were Swamp Thing pages on the wall. I mean, so it was clearly Charles Soule kind of talking about legacy and the end of everything and that. So I'm really curious to see how this series ties up, what this ends up being the end of it. Always curious to see how long-running books end, and it has been fun. It's been a fun and really interesting. I'm quite honestly in this day and age where it seems like a lot of comic book materials being picked up and being turned into movies or series or that sort of thing. Kind of shocked that this hasn't been picked up somewhere along the way to be one of those kinds of things, because I think it would work really, really well. So anyway, very much looking forward to checking that out, the final of that, and seeing how that all ends. So Girl Scouts Magic Socks issue number 4. This might be the end of this. It's been all right. I like the art. I don't necessarily care for some of the jargon that goes on in it, but largely has been fun, even though it has some problematic moments. But I read it for the art, just the kind of crazy style of art that Jim Manford brings. So checking that out for the eye candy. Finally, issue number 5 of Shipwreck comes out. Pretty amazing. It took us an extremely long time before the last issue came out. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm reading some of these extra names on here. I mean, Phil Hester and Warren Ellis, obviously. Eric Glasper, I'm not sure if that's an inker, because that's a different inker, I think. If that's an inker, that's not typically. Hester typically uses, like, I want to say Andy Park. Maybe that's not the right name, but inker stays true to Hester, so yeah, that's the inker. Maybe that has been the inker on this all along, and I just don't remember because it's been so long since the last issue. But very much looking forward to checking out the next issue of Shipwreck. I've really enjoyed it and been really intrigued by it so far. Well, it says there's a next issue, so there's another issue coming. Very much like it. It's coming out slow though. One of those things that at some point I'm sure I will take it and just sit down and read the whole thing in one big massive bunch. But enjoy the individual issues also. Another book I'm always enjoying, and I don't know how this happened. I must have ordered it. My invoice says that I ordered it, so I do not know why I ordered 2 issues of Mother Panic. I mean, I really love Mother Panic. It's my favorite Batman book. Bat book. So I'm very much looking forward to it, seeing what's next, what's going on. We got some splattered, looks like almost splattered blood painting back there, so we may be back with our artist back in this again, so that'll be curious. You know, the kind of haunting nun back there too from her past. How does that all work? She's supposed to be going in for her surgery to get cybernetics in her back fixed. Looking forward to that. And just what all's going on. Not sure how I managed to order 2 of them, though. That's really curious as to why I would have done that. At any rate, so. And finally, this time around, it is Lazarus X66. Or X plus 66. 2 of 6, this is. Is this going to be, that's like cybernetic face, so is this going to talk about one of our Lazari? I'm curious to see how that works. Artist in this one is Chatter and Duran. So not familiar with those last names off the top of my head. But looking forward to it, because I'm looking forward to seeing more of the world. What's in it? How does it all exist and whatnot? I enjoyed issue 1, where it gave us more of a kind of an inside look at the daggers and some of the characters in the daggers, which are kind of like the elite of the elite military team that's part of the Carlisle family. So I'm curious to see what this gives us in this one. But yeah, very much looking forward to it. It's going to be some good books, and I don't have anything else to say, so we'll cut this short now. I hope everybody else got their books and reading some great stuff. What did I miss this week? Was there something special that you thought I would have got that I didn't get? What was it? Be curious to know. Anyway, have a great one, everybody, and maybe I'll see you on the weekend.